Hailie Deegan is now without a NASCAR ride after leaving AM Racing after 17 Xfinity Series races. Despite securing a multi-year contract, Deegan is no longer racing in NASCAR and hopes to find work during the Olympic break. However, might the 23-year-old driver negotiate a contract with a new NASCAR team in the Xfinity Series? This news will certainly shock you. The head of Haas Factory Team stated that the business had spoken with Hailie Deegan about one of its 2 Xfinity rides for next season, adding that, "We believe there's more in her." The Haas Factory Team is a spin-off of Stewart Haas Racing, which will end operations next year. Haas Factory Team confirmed Saturday that Cole Custer will drive the number 41 Cup car next year. In addition, the group plans to establish 2 Xfinity teams by 2025. Joe Custer, head of Haas Factory Team, confirmed negotiations with Deegan, who lacks of a ride after leaving AM Racing earlier this month. This was Deegan's first season in the Xfinity Series. The 23-year-old did not begin driving stock cars until 7 years ago. She was successful in the ARCA Series, but not so much in the 3 truck seasons. She had the greatest debut of any female driver in both the Truck Series, 2020, and the Xfinity Series, 2022. She joined AM Racing ahead of this season. Deegan's best result was 12th out of 17 starts. Joey Logano was the team's replacement in Chicago. Following Chicago, both AM Racing and Deegan confirmed their separation. Josh Berry has driver for the team in Saturday's Xfinity race at Indianapolis. "We believe there's more in her and we want to be a part of that," Joe Custer said Saturday in response to a question from NBC Sports about Deegan being a candidate for a Haas Factory Team ride. But that's for future conversations. Custer stated that the Haas Factory Team's objective is to win. "The situation with us at Haas Factory Team is we have to win at that level," he said. "We are willing to look at all options as far as drivers go. Maybe somebody that is already in the sport, maybe somebody that's a cup driver that comes down. We've got to put cars in the winner's circle. We've got to sort out our equipment because our business model is reliant on having technical partners to keep the program healthy. So, if we don't win and we are not a leader on the track, then our other teammates, they find it hard to believe that we can deliver the kind of data and leadership for them. So, it's a different model. Our game plan is for drivers to come into those teams as well as ours. Whether they go from theirs to ours, maybe, maybe not. All options are open. We envision 8 successful Xfinity teams, the 2 Haas Factory Team cars and other technical partners, showing up to every race next year and the year after with a high level of confidence and the ability to win." But as Gene Haas reorganizes his NASCAR operations with the Haas Factory Team, uncertainties remain concerning the team's 2025 NASCAR Xfinity Series roster. And with Custer returning to Cup, at least one spot remains free in the team's NXS program. It's also unknown where Xfinity regular Riley Herbst will wind up in 2025, although the organization has extended an offer to keep him. However, he may decide to seek other possibilities in the Cup Series. Speaking on HFT's 2025 plans, team president Joe Custer said, "We have to win at that level, Xfinity, so we are willing to look at all options as far as drivers go." Custer was questioned about Ford driver Hailie Deegan, who just lost her full-time seat with AM Racing in the Xfinity Series. She failed to get success, finishing 12th at Talladega, which was her career best. Her highest finish on a non-superspeedway was 13th in Las Vegas, which occurred on her NXS debut in 2022. She ran 3 full seasons in the Truck Series before moving up to the Xfinity Series, recording 5 top 10 finishes, including a career-best 6th. Custer verified that the team had communicated with Deegan. "Obviously, she was with one of our technical partners, so that's a challenge, right, to see what the future is with her. We believe there's more in her, and we want to be part of that, but that's for future conversations." So, could Hailie Deegan get another chance in the NASCAR Xfinity Series only weeks after leaving AM Racing? Deegan is searching for several rides after her previous association with AM Racing ended, while Custer is looking for 2 drivers for the newly founded Haas Factory Team in the Xfinity Series. Interest in those 2 places has been considerable, particularly after Cole Custer's elevation from the Xfinity Series to the Cup Series, announced on Saturday. "There is no lack of interest in the 2 Xfinity Series cars that Haas Factory Team will field next year," says Joe Custer. "We're getting close to announcing those drivers," Kelly Crandall of Racer posted on X. Additionally, Crandall noted that an offer has been made to Riley Herbst to remain with the program. According to Joe Custer, Herbst and his crew are considering all alternatives for next season throughout the sport. Hailie Deegan, of course, would be a significant name on the squad, if not an immediate success. She is the daughter of racing great Brian Deegan, and she has a significant fan following off the track as a result. However, she has also had a lot of success behind the wheel. Deegan had the greatest success in the ARCA Menard Series West, with 3 victories and 23 top 10 finishes. That success has been more difficult to come by at the higher levels, as Deegan has yet to win in either the Craftsman Truck Series or the Xfinity Series. At least one NASCAR veteran believes another significant chance for Hailie Deegan, like as one of the 2 Haas Factory Team Xfinity Series spots, will be difficult to come by. "I think it's going to be tough to get another chance," Kevin Harvick said. "That's going to be the hard part." Another NASCAR veteran also spoke on the issue. Dale Earnhardt Jr. addressed his displeasure with the Hailie Deegan issue after the Xfinity Series driver severed company with AM Racing earlier this week. Earnhardt Jr. feels Deegan's dilemma is the result of a greater problem in the NASCAR environment, as she seeks to revitalize her career elsewhere while the future is uncertain. Hailie is a product of a very challenging system, Earnhardt Jr. theorized. This is the same for a lot of drivers that I've worked with, and a lot of drivers that I've seen that work their way from, whether it be racing at Millbridge to late models, super late models, to truck and Xfinity opportunities that eventually come along. A lot of times, whatever the financial support is for a driver, it is very difficult, wherever that financial support is coming from. Whether it's a sponsor, whether it's family, whatever that support is, it's still a lot of money, a huge commitment. It's not forever. What happens is, and this is I believe somewhat similar for Hailie, is, in a perfect world, you would let Hailie or any of these other drivers run in that K&N series or run super late models or run trucks a few more years. What happens is, there's a bit of an urgency to try and move up and take the very next available opportunity at the next level, because the support financially is not forever and you do not know when that finally dries up. For whatever reason, you lose that financial support. So every rung on the ladder that develops above you, whether it's the Truck Series or Xfinity Series, no matter how good or bad that rung is, you grab it. I think a lot of times, drivers then ultimately end up in bad situations that don't pan out for them. And this is one of those scenarios where I think that she felt like, man, I've really got to take this. This is being presented to me, and I've got to take it. It's Xfinity. I think I'll fit those cars better. I think I'll do a better job in this series. She took it, when it might not have been the opportunity she should have chosen. What other things she could have done I do not know. Whether it had been staying in the Truck Series, but I see this with a lot of drivers that are trying their hardest to get to the very top, taking the next opportunity that presents itself at the next level, and trying to progress as quickly as possible, because you can't sit here and fund a late model program, or a super late model program, or a truck program, or a K&N program forever. They're like, well, we're spending all this money, let's go spend it here. And they just end up in bad situations. It's about timing. But it's frustrating to see it. Deegan joining the Haas Factory Team would be a huge step forward in her career. It is uncertain how the NASCAR organization will compare to Stewart-Haas Racing. However, the former AM Racing driver's career with Ford may not be done. Deegan is seeking for the best chance to advance her racing career, and Haas Factory Team's Xfinity Series program may be the best fit. What do you think? Will this happen? And would you like to see this happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.